Nancy Flacke, Cathy Flacke, and all those businesses that want to preserve the Lake George water quality. Judge John Hall, Sheriff Jimmy LaFar. Back in the 1960s, there was an international commission in Burlington, Vermont regarding the massive dumping of huge amounts of sewage and industrial wastes into South Bay on Lake Champlain, right in front of Fort Ticonderoga. The Lachute River, the poop chute, where all the sewage and the road salt and all the other contaminants in the Lake George basin filter down to the water table, filter down to the bedrock, and leach into Lake George, including those 6,000 septic tanks, those septic leach fields, the brown fields of Lake George. Now that's for the Lake George Association. The road salt does the same thing. It gets down into the water table, gets down to the bedrock, and then it feeds into the springs that feed Lake George. Ladies and gentlemen, back in the 1960s, Clifford and Anita Witham, because of the repeated flushing, the up and down waters on Lake George, because of Dam 230, exposed to the world the massive flushing of huge amounts of sewage and sludge into the area in front of Fort Ticonderoga. 1,500 acres of slop on the bottom of Lake George, or Lake Champlain. Lake George's bottom is full of slop too, because of the brownfields. Nancy Flacke, Cathy Flacke, Judge John Hall, Jimmy LaFar, Sheriff Warren County Jimmy LaFar. It's all the sewage that gets into the water table from the brownfields of the septic systems, and all the road salt that filters down to the bedrock and then drains down to the lake, like it does every year by the $1 Million Beach. Every freaking year, the $1 Million Beach gets shut down for E. coli. What else are they testing for? Why are they only talking about the E. coli? Let's talk about all the other pathogens and bacteria from the septic systems there above the Garrison by the East Cove, all the way out to Weowaka House, and then up to Pilot Knob. All around Dunham's Bay, Harris Bay, Warner Bay, the septic systems of Queensbury, John Stroh. Come on, John Stroh, it's Queensbury. And it's all getting into the water table and then being leached through the very thin. That's why there's no septic systems on the islands on Lake George, because it's all bedrock. They can't put septic systems on Long Island. Isn't this correct, Cathy Flacke? Hell, ask George Penzel of Boats by George, and ask Teddy Hands and the Hands family. And oh God, gee, golly whiz, ask the Meads and the Masons and the Philos and the Stewarts and the Willettes and the McLaughlins. I can name names all day long. Why do you think the New York State Conservation Commission don't have septic systems on Long Island? Think about it, Cathy Flacke. Come on, Nancy Flacke, I know you can do it. And George Penzel, it's called Water Tables and Brownfields. Water Tables and Brownfields. In the 1970 International Commission on the massive sludge bed in Lake Champlain, you can say thank you very much to Clifford and Anita Witham and the Witham family. Judson Witham, Swamp Fox News. We will be back.